James Penrod was nominated in the Leadership Management category by the ASLA Council of Fellows Executive Committee. He's honored for his outstanding efforts to promote the licensure of landscape architects and strengthen the licensure laws across North America. James has been instrumental in conducting scientific studies of the profession to determine the knowledge, skills, and abilities required to protect public health, safety, and welfare. With contributions from hundreds of landscape architects, he's developed the Landscape Architect Registration Examination, or LARI. He's also shared his knowledge with numerous state legislatures. In addition, James is active on the ASLA LARI Exam Prep Committee to help emerging landscape architects gain licensure. He continues to inform and encourage emerging professionals to get licensed and thereby strengthen the profession. April Phillips was nominated in the Works category by the California Northern Chapter. Her portfolio showcases public landscapes, urban development, green roofs, and residential communities. She's also recognized for her work in affordable housing, schools, and private gardens. Her designs blend her skills in illustration and sustainability. From her work developing San Francisco's Union Square, she honed her interest in urban design, concentrating on public and private infill projects. April's recent works focus primarily on integrated systems for urban, high-density, mixed-use, and institutional infill. Her leadership in launching the Sustainable Sites Initiative at the grassroots level will also have a lasting impact. As a national lecturer, she tirelessly promotes awareness of sustainability and the revitalization of degraded environments. James Richards was nominated in the Leadership Management category by the Texas chapter. His creative range spans from professional and community contributions to firm and interdisciplinary leadership. James is recognized for his award-winning work, writing and drawing for publication, university-level teaching, and public outreach. He continues to lecture and juries design, drawing, and creativity workshops. In publication, he's championed the merging of rapid freehand sketching skills with digital design processes. The current freehand renaissance is a mark of his success. James has raised the public profile of the profession, shown landscape architects as design leaders, and inspired students and fellow professionals internationally. Lucinda Sanders was nominated in the Works category by the Pennsylvania-Delaware chapter. Her restorative landscapes combine her talents in urbanism with her interest in social and natural systems, philosophy, and art. Her designs emphasize social purpose and ecological sensitivity. Lucinda's ingenuity has drawn design commissions from the Battery Park City Authority, GSA, and Carnegie Hall. Her firm is also developing the new master plan for Philadelphia's Delaware River waterfront. On the University of Pennsylvania faculty, she's created an ambitious urban design studio that addresses real-world design problems along the East Coast. Her service to the profession has raised the profile of ASLA and the profession. Troy Sebelius was nominated in the Service category by the Colorado chapter. His impact on the promotion of landscape architecture to the public, within the profession, and to the allied green industries has been significant. Through his ASLA leadership, Troy has become the most readily recognized member of his chapter. Among the continuing education opportunities he's developed for his chapter are an annual Green Conference, national insurance programs, and grant funding for college students. His lobbying efforts helped in the passage of a Colorado practice law and establishment of Colorado Landscape Architecture Week. He was instrumental in making the Colorado Chapter Professional Design Awards program a model for ASLA chapters everywhere. Greg Smolinberg was nominated in the Works category by the ASLA Council of Fellows Executive Committee for his role as a dynamic, influential leader of landscape architecture in Canada. He's a tireless promoter of the profession's duty to take a strong urban leadership role, culturally, environmentally, socially, and politically. His award-winning parks, streetscapes, urban designs, memorials, and other landscapes have generated considerable public dialogue on public spaces as systems. Greg's landscapes, wholly urban or partly natural, emerge as centers of a multidimensional experience. They demonstrate integrated design thinking. His plans effectively leverage the landscape as the element that best connects the various urban functions of resource management, civic gathering, work, and recreation. Jerry Smith was nominated in the Service category by the Ohio chapter. In addition to his formative work in designing healing environments, he's transformed market processes through evidence-based design. Jerry has demonstrated the proactive effectiveness of serving on committees and boards of nonprofit organizations committed to great change. He's long been the sole landscape architect on the Environmental Standards Council of the Center for Health Design. In addition, he serves on the Green Guide for Healthcare Steering Committee and the Sites Technical Core Committee. In those capacities, he's established that therapeutic landscapes are necessary for healthful, sustainable design solutions. Jerry is also the recipient of the 2010 Faculty Fellow in Landscape Architecture Award at Ball State University. Whitney Talcott was nominated in the Service category by the Connecticut chapter. Through his volunteer leadership roles, he has promoted education as fundamental to the advancement of the landscape architecture profession. His work has resulted in accreditation for the University of Connecticut Landscape Architecture Program and Connecticut's Landscape Architecture Practice Act. The Connecticut chapter has recognized him for his writing and continuing activity in advancing the body of knowledge on sustainable design. Whitney always finds time to advocate and mentor for the profession. He continues to promote sustainable development, food and energy security, and livable communities. Elizabeth Boo Thomas was nominated in the Leadership category by the Louisiana chapter. As the first executive director at the Baton Rouge Mid-City Redevelopment Alliance, she's taken the initiative to make better communities beginning at the neighborhood level. Her work, revitalizing downtown Baton Rouge, was followed by successful planning efforts throughout the state. She's promoted the value of landscape architecture throughout the region and nationwide. Following Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, her leadership at the Center for Planning Excellence created new approaches to storm protection, transportation planning, economic development, and housing. These approaches promote a more sustainable future while preserving the Louisiana culture. Her efforts have turned incredible challenges into visionary achievement. Robert Triskowski was nominated in the Works category by the California Southern chapter. He has amassed a body of award-winning garden designs and restorations that has gained international recognition. His renovation of the Villa Torre Clementina earned national landmark status from the French government. Through his many lectures, he continues to share his insight into garden history. He shares how he incorporates modern sustainability concepts into renovations so that gardens serve as places to enjoy as well as centers for research and education. From castle gardens in the Austrian Alps to lagoons and grottos on the Red Sea, Robert's pursuit of design excellence constitutes an outstanding contribution to the profession. Donna Wall was nominated in the Works category by the New York chapter. She's had a lasting impact on the social and physical fabric of New York and the practice of landscape architecture as a whole. Her focus on streetscapes, urban waterfront redevelopment, recreation spaces, bikeways, and pedestrian facilities transcend the idea that landscape architects only plant undeveloped sites. In projects such as Stuyvesant Cove and the Greenpoint Williamsburg Open Space Master Plan, Donna has recast the public perception of the profession. Through her work, people see landscape architecture as an element for social change and expanded access to recreation for underserved communities. She's an advocate and educator, translating public interest into built reality. Barbara Wilkes was nominated in the Works category by the New York chapter. Her technical proficiency and design prowess are evident in work that is both sophisticated and inviting. It is urban, yet a reprieve from urban life. She applies these juxtapositions of structured hardscape with naturalistic planting at scales from urban master planning to individual sites. Her work also stands apart for how beautifully it addresses the current issues of sustainable, contextual, and community-based design. As a mentor, Barbara has a collaborative spirit and respects the intellectual autonomy of others. Her sustained efforts in designing and building make our cities more livable, more sustainable, and more beautiful. David Yaka was nominated in the Works category by the Illinois chapter. From early in his career, he applied innovative approaches. In his master plan for Mill Creek, Illinois, he incorporated open space preservation, walkable urbanism, ecological landscape restoration, water conservation, and on-site water reclamation and reuse. His firm's palette of green infrastructure elements also includes green roofs, porous pavement, bioretention, and native landscapes. David's work shows that humans can be constructive members of the ecosystem. He serves as a Sustainable Sites Initiative technical advisor, regularly promoting sites at conferences and workshops throughout the country. His presentations on sustainable landscape architecture include a congressional briefing to the High Performance Building Caucus in 2009.